Hello and welcome to LLBN's first program, Vespers. We just want to thank you for tuning in and for your contributions to helping us be what we are today. It's sponsorships that help us provide programs like this tonight. And I just want to invite you guys to enjoy this program with special guests and fellow faith partners, Dawn and Diane Hergert, as well as Kim Conley. They'll be playing special music for us tonight. And as we start, I just want to read this verse to set the tone for tonight. It's found in Ephesians 5:18 and 19. It says, "Be filled with the Spirit, addressing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody to the Lord with your heart." Let us enjoy the music for today's program, and may it bring our hearts and minds closer to appreciating who Jesus is.
Thank you for joining us today. We are Sweet Tidings Gospel Jam. That's what we named our band because we like the term Sweet Tidings. We do gospel music, and we do it jam style, which means we can sing a couple verses. We do what we call breaks. Don took a break on the banjo, and Kim took a break on the fiddle. If we had a mandolin, the mandolin player would take a break. We do use bluegrass instruments. You might notice Kim is playing a 5-string. I have 6 strings on the guitar. She has 5 strings on the fiddle. It's specially made by a man here in Loma Linda. And Don is playing the 5-string banjo.
We're missing our bass player. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us tonight.
Couldn't be with us tonight. But we just wanted to do songs from the hymnal, traditional songs, spirituals. We love arranging all these songs. And the next one will be another, you know what? They're all our favorites. I can't say one is more favorite than another. What a Friend We Have in Jesus, written in 1855. We do have some bluegrass songs we do. This next one is Who Will Sing One Song? It's credited to Carter Stanley, who is from the bluegrass venue. Now, a lot of these songs I will mention when they were written because to us they're timeless. We find them in the hymnal. Perhaps we haven't sung them very often in church for a long time, and we love getting these songs out, enjoying the words, even as ancient as they may be. We still enjoy the words. This next one was written in 1890. Actually, it was published in 1898 in Pentecostal Praises. It was written by Eliza Hewitt. After she had had an injury and was unable to work, she spent a lot of time meditating and contemplating and began writing hymns and songs. You'll recognize it.
Sing the mighty love of Jesus, sing his mercy and his grace. In those mansions bright and blessed, he'll prepare for us a place. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. Let us then be true and faithful, trusting, serving every day. Just one glimpse of him in glory will the toils of life repay. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. Onward to the prize before us, soon his beauty will behold. Soon those pearly gates will open, we shall tread the streets of gold. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory.
You remembered that, didn't you? This next one is a spiritual, arranged by Edward Boatner. So we really don't know when it was written.
I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me all along my pilgrim journey. I want Jesus to walk with me.
Now, some songs, when we find them in the hymnal, we love the words. We may not like the tune very much. Sometimes we feel the tune may not fit the words. This next one, we wanted to separate the words. We really liked the words, but we wanted to do it differently instrumentally. So that's what we did. We separated it out.
Oh, when shall I see Jesus and reign with him above, and shall hear the trumpet sound in that morning, and from the flowing fountain drink everlasting love, and shall hear the trumpet sound in that morning. Oh, shout glory, I shall mount above the skies when I hear the trumpet sound in that morning. Oh, glory, hallelujah, I shall reign with him on high when I hear the trumpet sound in that morning. Our ears shall hear with transport the host of heaven sing, and shall hear the trumpet sound in that morning. Our tongue shall chant the glories of our immortal King, and we'll hear the trumpet sound in that morning.
Now, in 1922, Ray Miller, contemplating his life and thinking about back over his dad's conversion to Christianity, which converted him from an alcoholic person to, actually, he became a pastor. His father converted to Christianity and became a pastor. He wrote the words to this favorite song of ours, I'd Rather Have Jesus.
I'd rather have Jesus than sin. this world affords today.
We just want to thank you so much for sharing your wonderful music with us.
Thank you.
It's such a refreshing way to hear these hymns and just hear how they've taken what we've heard a lot of times before and made it in this new way of listening. And can you imagine what heaven's music would be like? If this is already amazing, in heaven we're going to have eternity to learn music, to practice music, to share it with others. I just want to thank you guys for watching this tonight and for your sponsorship and your support in making programs like this possible. I just want to invite and encourage you, let's share this message with everyone else. We're so blessed and privileged to be able to have this. And if we can take this even worldwide and share it with everyone out there, I think they would really enjoy it as well. So we just want to encourage you to support by contributing, whether it's calling our office, sending us mail, emailing us. Please help and encourage others to be able to enjoy this kind of music. And as we continue with our program, I just want to invite you guys to really meditate on the melody and the words, and hopefully this can uplift your hearts and your minds through the Holy Spirit to really appreciate who Jesus is in our lives. Thank you.
Thank you. And also, pick up your instruments at home and take out your hymnal and start playing those songs. We don't play the songs according to the key they're written in. We kind of change that a little bit, but whatever you need to for singing. This next one is a newer one, written in 1949. It's not in the 1800s. You'll recognize it.
Satisfied with just a cottage below, a little silver and a little gold. But in that city where the ransom will shine, I want to go on that silver line. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday we will never more wander, but walk on streets that are purest gold. Don't think me poor or deserted or lonely. I'm not discouraged, I'm heaven bound. I'm just a pilgrim in search of a city. I want a mansion, a harp and a crown. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder we will never more wander, but walk on streets that are pure as gold. We'll walk on streets that are pure as gold.
Now, we always have requests for this next song. We have friends who may not be the most church-going people, but they have such beautiful hearts and We did this once at a bluegrass festival, this song, on stage, and a couple of people stood through the whole song. It was their, it touched them so much. And it's not our playing, it's the song itself. And you will recognize it as well. And I keep saying that, but you will. They're just songs you recognize.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When I think that God His Son not sparing sent Him to die, I scarce can take it in that on the cross my burden gladly bearing, He bled and died to take away my sin. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my
It's hard to follow that one. But we do have another one written in 1771. There is a fountain. Now, we do it a little differently than you're used to. This was written by William, it's pronounced Cooper. It looks like Cowper, but it's pronounced Cooper.
There is a fountain filled with blood drawn from Emmanuel's veins, and sinners plunged beneath that flood lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, and sinners plunged beneath that flood lose all their guilty stains. The dying thief rejoiced to see that fountain in his day, and there may I, though vile as he, wash all my sins away, wash all my sins away, wash all my sins away. And there may I, though vile as he, wash all my sins away. Ever since by faith I saw the stream thy flowing wounds supply, that redeeming love has been my theme and shall be till I die, and shall be till I die, and shall be till I die. Redeeming love has been my theme and shall be till I die.
That was one of the first ones we did together as a band, and it's still one of our favorites. I could say that about everyone. This next one is from 1865, written by Sidney Lanier. It is not a hymn per se, it's more a gospel song. It tells a story, and it's an unusual one. You just don't hear one like it every day. Into the Woods.
Into the woods my master went, clean forspent, forspent. Into the woods my master came, forspent with love and shame. But the olives, they were not blind to him. The little gray leaves were kind to him. The thorn tree had a mind to shame would woo him last. From under the trees they drew him last. 'Twas on a tree they slew him last. When out of the woods he came.
Now we do some children's songs. In fact, we like a lot of children's songs. This one we first heard Willie Nelson do many years ago on one of his albums, but it is in your hymnal.
Are you weary? Are you heavy-hearted? Tell it to Jesus, tell it to Jesus. Are you grieving over joys departed? Tell it to Jesus alone. Tell it to Jesus, tell it to Jesus. He is a friend that's well known. You have no other such a friend or brother. Tell it to Jesus alone. Do you fear the gathering clouds of sorrow? Tell it to Jesus, tell it to Jesus. Are you anxious? What shall be tomorrow? Tell it to Jesus alone. Tell it to Jesus, tell it to Jesus. He is a friend that's well known. You have no other such a friend or brother. Tell it to Jesus alone. You have no other such a friend or brother. Tell it to Jesus alone.
Here's one that's attributed to Merle Travis, made popular in the 40s. And some say it's an old folk number. Some of these songs you're not sure. But it was recorded in 1936 by the Heavenly Gospel Singers in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a Pilgrim.
I am a pilgrim and a stranger traveling through this wearisome land. I got a home in that yonder city, good Lord, and it's not made by hand. I got a mother, a sister, and a brother who have gone this way before. I am determined to be there with them, good Lord, over on that golden shore. just touch the hem of his garment. Good Lord, I know I can be made whole. I am a pilgrim and I'm a stranger, traveling through this wearisome land. I got a home in that yonder city, good Lord, and it's not made by hand.
And here's another fairly new one, written in 1940 by J.B. Coates. He was a pastor at the side of his neighbor who was dying. His neighbor's name was Mr. Keyes, and his pastor asked, "Do you know where you will spend eternity?" And Mr. Keyes said, "Where could I go but to the Lord?" Pastor Coates wrote this song.
Living below in this old sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving alone to face temptation's test, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Neighbors are kind, I love them everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Life here is grand with friends I love so well. Comfort I get from God's own word. But when I face the chilling hand of death, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? I said, where could I go but to the Lord?
All right, we just want to thank you so much for sharing your talents to God's glory. Thank you, Dawn, Diane, and Kim. We hope to have you back on the program sometime soon.
We hope to come back, yes. We've had a great time. Any chance we get to play, we are just pleased.
Oh, great. Well, we'll make sure then. We just also want to thank our viewers too, and we want to
Yes.
encourage you guys. Praise God through the gift of music. It's such a blessing to be able to do that, isn't it?
It is amazingly freeing and when we get done doing music, we're tired, but it's exhilarating at the same time. It's so much fun, especially doing gospel music. We do a lot of other music, yes, but a lot of our music is done, we'll do it at a bluegrass festival because they're very accepting of gospel music. Gospel music is ingrained in the bluegrass genre of music. Every band that gets on stage will do 1 or 2 or 3 gospel songs, along with all the other songs about whatever. And
that's
there are
great.
many subjects.
Yeah. Well, it's just beautiful because, you know, when we're weak, that's when God is truly strong and his strength can truly show. So
And a lot of these songs were written by people who you wouldn't think were the most successful people.
Right.
Some people, William Cooper was hospitalized, institutionalized for mental illness for a long time. That was in the days before medications and before they knew much about things like this.
Yeah.
We have another gospel song we do written most recently by a man who was in prison most of his life, who wrote gospel songs. God chooses to bless each of us with our gifts, and these people use them. It doesn't matter where they were.
that's amazing. Well, we would just want to thank you. Not only was today a musical program, but an educational program as well. And we just want to encourage you, if you are blessed, please consider blessing us to bless others. Thank you.